Hey there, this is Chad from Zombie Fight Shark, and welcome to another East-West instrument walkthrough. And this time we're going to be talking about Ghostwriter, not Ghostwriter. Real quick, just about Ghostwriter, produced by Doug Rogers and Steven Wilson, one of the best artists ever. Wilson has been doing a bunch of things with his band Porcupine Tree. If you've never heard Porcupine Tree, they're a really interesting band. I was introduced to them about a decade ago, I would say, and a ton of work, like super prolific, and it was like, how have I not heard of this band before? They have so much music, pretty talented. Not pretty talented, like incredibly talented, amazing production, and so Steve Wilson leads that band. Steven Wilson. I don't know if he goes by Steve or Steven. Anyways, what does this say here? For the first time ever, this new instrument presents many of Steve's most innovative sounds, as well as a selection of specially created instruments and some replications of instantly recognizable classic sounds originally created by other legendary producers and engineers. So, cool. All right. Just, dude's got gravitas. He has some, and there's his credentials. If you look him up on the East-West website, are pretty impressive. So, no joke. He's the real deal. So real quick, I'm just going to cover this front part because every one of their instruments is sort of a different, they've redo this, they'll do a different version of it, but it's kind of the same stuff. You got a filter, you got your attack envelope, ADSR envelope. You've got, some of them are going to have articulations. You got your system stuff. You've got a delay built in. You got tuning built in. There's a bazillion amps here to choose from. And to be honest, this may change every time. And that's one for, you really just want to dive deep. That's a lot of amps to play with. And then every one of them, you can play with your drop bass, mid, triple, master. And then the reverbs, there's so many different reverbs. So all of these settings, I'm leaving them to their default, which I hope is what what East-West intended for you to listen to it on. And if you buy this, you can go through and just gives you something that you can play with this for a long time. So instead of watching me play with settings for a couple of hours, let's get to actually playing with these instruments and hearing what they sound like. I am going to play a short sample here. It's about 2 minutes long. So if you don't want to hear something I put together just using this library, skip ahead 2 minutes. But if you do, here it goes. Please enjoy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. So, like I said, everything in that was from this library, and there is a lot of material. Like, this is, if I were gonna buy one thing, this might be the one thing I would buy, because there's so much in it, and it's just packed with stuff. So, as you can see, we got guitar, bass, keys, miscellaneous, vocals, and drums. And then within each of these is either more folders or tons of instruments. So we don't really have time to go through every single one of them, but we're going to cover a lot, because then when you get an acoustic guitar, oh, okay, here's all these different versions of acoustic guitar. So then, we open up that folder and you're like, oh, crap, there's a ton more. Okay. And then each one of these is that level, so we just don't have that kind of time. But this is acoustic guitar, compressed, key switch, master. Yeah. Now, here's what it sounds like. And so hopefully this key switch would cover everything that you see here. That's normally how it works. So to be noted, I am not pressing my sustain pedal for my keyboard. I'm actually using push on this one because I'm doing this in Ableton instead of Reason this time. So these have a long delay or a long tail on them. So just, something to note. It worked out fine for what I used them for in that example. Pretty nice. Let's see, what's next? All right. So the round robins in this are pretty nice. There's your staccato. Okay. Acoustic guitar, crystalline. Let's check it out. See what you think. It's crystalline, all right. Yes, it is. So a lot of this, if you're looking at the list, you got your key switch master, which should be going between all of these different ones. But you've got mute staccato, you got staccato round robin, non-vibrato pick down, non-vibrato round robin, non-vibrato pick up, sustain vibrato down, sustain vibrato round robin, sustain vibrato pick up. So you'll get different. That's nice staccato. So you're going to get some different articulations on those down and up picks, but that's more of that's at your production level where that's really going to matter. Let's do one here just as an example, because I'm not going to go through every one of those down and ups. So. That's okay. So you were doing all downstrokes on the guitar. Now this would be all upstrokes. So it's a little different tone when you're hitting it real hard, noticeably. So there you go, gives you an idea. So we can get through more of this. I'm gonna probably stay away from going through every one of those because it is a very subtle difference. But I wanted you to understand what's going on there. So let's do acoustic guitar DI direct. And that is a clean guitar. Yeah, I think that's the one that I used on the recording, maybe. So there you go. Let's do harps like, acoustic guitar harps like. Nice. And harps. I don't know if I get that, but okay. MK83. A little bit warmer sound to me. Hopefully you heard that as well. Acoustic guitar modulated. Yep, it's definitely modulated, and then with a bunch of different articulations. Acoustic guitar, no attack. Let's see. There you go. Yep, it is an acoustic guitar with no attack. Reminds me a lot of a glass harmonica almost. Spacey, man. Yeah, okay, spacey, we got it. Cool. Let's do the Baritone Les Paul, and again, a lot of them here. So we got Marshall Dirty, we got a Marshall Heavy, we got Roland Double Track, we got Roland, we got 13, we got Twang. Let's check out the chugs. Yeah, those are chugs. That's a chug effect. Chug effect. So you got some low stuff there. Let's see how they do on the repeat test. Sounds like 4 samples, maybe. It's good for background. Let's skip right to the master. Kick it. That's cool. I'm digging that one. That's what is that one? That one's probably power chords or non-vibrato. Yep. So there's one of our chugs. Another chug's muted. Yeah, that must have been muted staccato. Okay. Let's move to the Marshall Heavy. We'll go straight to the Master. Oh. Power chords. Okay, cool. And then this would just be single notes, non-vibrato. Pretty low there, so E 3 times below the staff. Roland double track. Let's go straight to the Master. We got some more chugs. We got some more mutes. Oh, that's thick. As my son would say, that's a thick boy. I like that one. Let's see. Next here. So this sounds like it's a lot of the same sounds. It's just that they are instead of being, they're double tracked. So there's more of them. And let's go to the regular, I guess the Roland not double tracked. Okay, there's I accidentally switched over, just kind of went too high up on the keyboard. Solid. I likes it. Okay, you get the idea. So this is a baritone guitar. If you don't know what a baritone guitar is, you should definitely look it up because they're like the coolest guitars that you never see. Baritone 13. Really makes me think of the Melvins, and some like wicked Melvins stuff. Just to check out one or two other sounds. Yeah, totally. Sorry for that. Totally do some Melvin stuff. Okay. What else we got? Twang. Nice. It's twangy. This is what, here, fine. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're doing it. So this would be a point to go over and throw your reverb on there. So let's do, sure, Fender Spring reverb. Why not? Yeah, you get it. I understand. Yep, you understand. Dirty Leslie. And let's go straight to the Master here. And you'll notice There's an octave's worth of key switches, and there's a whole bunch of different options here. So there's a little correlation there. That is ready for some stoner rock. Like, Porcupine Tree is not a stoner rock band, but these sounds definitely lend themselves to that if you're into that sort of thing. Little slide up there. Yep. That'd be our harmonics. There's our staccato. There's our muted staccato. Anyways, okay. Let's do dirty Leslie guitar. Again, we'll do the key switch. So this one's not mellow, I guess is the difference. So we had some slides. We got those same harmonics. Got some staccato. Okay. Let's go to EBow guitar. And I'm not going to explain what an EBow is. You can look it up. But I thought this one was very faithful. Long delay. Long delay. Little slides in there. Nice, nice. Let's check out Spacey. Sounds about the same. Then so let's do, I guess that first one was attack. This is non-attack. Little different attack. I can see it. Okay, so you could very carefully sculpt your EBow sound there. Okay, let's do Les Paul. Oh, so much. Man, there's so much stuff here. All right, so we got Les Paul driven hard. Amp driven hard. Yep. Sounds like a Les Paul with the amp driven hard. Let's see what driven soft sounds like. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, I mean, all this, I'm just improvising, I'm just doodling. And they are all very, very playable. So I have to really control myself to not go off on a tangent and just play with these things, because every one of them makes me, gives me ideas for a song. Which I would say is mission accomplished if the name of the library is Ghostwriter. That modulator isn't overdone. I expected that to be a little bit too much, but that was not bad at all. Let's see what the just amp. So just Les Paul recorded through an amp, not distorted. And again, I'm not going through all of the different articulations, because there's a ton of them. There's just too many. We'd be here all day. Let's see. It's a swell. Yes, it is. All right, so those are nice. Les Paul, amped up. Amp it up. Again, it's just super playable. Even the slippery ones. Power chords. Harmonics. Cool. Compressed. Let's hear what a compressed Les Paul sounds like. And so this is kind of a... Yep, it's compressed. It's very nicely compressed. And sorry, I'm talking over my playing. The fact that this is done by a producer who knows his way around the studio and has some very specific things that he's going to do, and he has some sounds he's going for, like, you can tell because of all of these choices. Like, this is made by someone who is intimately familiar with what they do in the studio, how to get a sound that they want. And it's all super tasteful. Like that, this modulation could have so easily been overdone. But it wasn't. Let's see. Les Paul Direct. It's nice. All right, Lo-Fi Crunch. Now, this was the first one when I started playing with this. It was like, okay, this is very specific in regards to genre. So you tell me what you think. I love that. I love like that it's got a long tail on it, and how it degrades as it's playing. But you know, lo-fi swells is not something you get a lot of call for, but you got it here. So lo-fi crunch drone swells. I mean, very, very cool. And I had one of the things that jumped out at me in the credits for Steve Wilson was Opeth, which is a metal band, and that kind of informs some of these slightly different sounds that you might not expect. Lo-fi crunch grunge. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of some Dinosaur Jr. or something, maybe. We got more grungy swells, more swells. Go deeper. A little loud. Yeah, I could play with that for a while. So lo-fi crunch reamped. Yeah, kind of, yeah, gets vibes. The thing. Lo-fi crunch. Yeah, there you go. Nasal guitar. I wonder if it's going to sound nasally. What do you think? Yeah, it's got like a ring modulator or something on it. Just staccato. You got some interesting things going on with the stereo there. Some of those notes were stereo in some strange ways. Let's see octave distortion. And we got three of them. We got reamp, swell, we got octave distortion, spacey, and then we got octave distortion. Cool. So we got our different articulations. Let's try distortion spacey. It is spacey. Let's do octave distortion. Ooh, thick. Noise. Okay, I'm a huge Sigur Rós fan, so when I saw Sigur guitar, I was like, shut the front door. And I was not disappointed. If you don't know anything about Sigur Rós, their guitarist and singer plays most of the time with a bow. He plays his guitar with a bow. So he has this very unique guitar sound that comes from playing the guitar with a bow. And we've got a bunch of different kind of variations on that same theme here, but let's go through them quickly. So that's Sigur Rós, or Sigur Guitar Les Paul Master key switch. And then we got a spacey version if it wasn't spacey enough for you. And I've seen them, I think I've seen Sigur Rós 4 times. They put on a great show, and they can make a lot of noise. I mean, they really can have a huge sound when they want to, impressively so. So we got some effects here to play with there, so that's cool. Effects Les Master. Yes, those are effects. Cool. And we got filtered. Yeah, it's filtered. Let's see. In space. It's a beautiful noise. Then we got more effects. Similar to what we had before, just on a different guitar. And then this is the other guitar, filtered. All right, let's go to the Telecaster. Again, so we are just in guitars. We haven't done anything else. I think we're gonna have to have more than one part. So yeah, this is if you're gonna have something like this. sounds like a distorted telly. Nice. And again, articulations. And power chords. It sounds pretty nasty on those power chords. Let's check out the modulated version. So starting to see a theme develop here between these. Hopefully your ears are too. Yep, clean telly modulated. Let's see, what does this one say? Telly DI pen. Cool. And then straight telly direct. Nice, nice. Again, I was just about to go off into a little weird world. Chime. Let's check out Vol PDI guitar, and then we'll be done with the guitars. Little callback to earlier. We got swells. Now this one, is, you see over here you got major, minor chords. Let's see if we can find those, if those are in the master here. They sure are. Yeah, minor. Very cool. So if that wasn't spacious enough for you, there's a spacious version. And it is even more spacious. Let's see what other version is. Oh, although it said Vol PDI, it's Vol pedal. Vol pedal. I need to increase the size of the text on my screen. Volume pedal. And there it is. So we haven't quite gone through all of them yet. Wait for it. Oh man. Harp Les guitar filtered. Okay. Yeah. Let's do what's the master sound like. Ooh. Gin. That's buttery. Cool. I like that one. ARP guitar, no attack. Starting to, that should sound familiar by now. Very guitar, monolithic, fuzzy, and goes low. It's like a whole metal band in one hand. That is sick. Some swells. Yep. All right. Ringer fuzzy swells. Go low. Barry Ringer Master. Anyways, going off on a tangent. I can't help myself with some of these. Dirty Leslie Ambient. Oh, I think I changed my sound here. What do we got? Very similar to ones we've heard before. Prog Chords Master. Okay, you get it. They're chords. And we got swells, and they're major, minor, what have you. And then let's do the warmer version, the bitey version to me. Okay, so that was guitars. We have gone through all the guitar sounds, more or less. We didn't get through all the articulations, but hopefully you got an idea of what those have to offer. So in the next episode, we'll go through bass. We've only got 3 bass guitars, and then, subfolders. Keys is a lot. Miscellaneous is also a lot. Vocals, not too bad. Drums, only 3 drum kits. I say only 3. 3 with subfolders, of course. So next episode, we'll see how far we can get. Maybe we can get through every one of these. And thank you for watching and exploring this with me. So Ghostwriter, like I said at the beginning, there's a lot in here. If I was going to buy one thing, this might be the one thing I would buy. That gives me a whole lot of options without having to buy a bunch of individual pieces. There's a focus. Since one, it's 2 people who did most of the engineering, and you have a specific type of sound and set of sounds. And if you have listened to Porcupine Tree, like these sounds will sound a little bit familiar. At least some of them did to me. I was like, oh yeah, I recognize that guitar sound. But anyway, thanks for watching the guitar section of the Ghostwriter walkthrough. And in the next episode, we'll try to get through the rest of it. So I'll see you then. Cheers.